It's close to tell. Come on, man. Fuck. Why just like this? Huh? Huh? Nah, I don't think it would go through there. I just hope the shit don't fall. I don't know. Let me see.
I'll be scared if I lose phones. I got so much notes on.
Or I don't know, put it really down right there. Got a little, or put it back so much of this shit. You still up under the thing.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, that's true. No, because it's too close.
Oh.
Let's move over here.
Put it here and point it that way. That's what it is.
Right over there?
Or vice versa.
That little inner spot right there. He can back it up.
Oh, I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah. Flock, y'all can explode. What, niggas be pissing right there?
Nah, but we good right here. Once you don't go right there, you can back it up and still be under the thing. So you can go right here. Then that's right
Yeah, we good up.
First and foremost, one of the Lord praises no glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone who were well towards this truth, which came by Yahawah. Honors and salutations to the elect doctors doing these works with sincerity and in truth. All right, we get on Jeremiah 28, man. Because here it is, you got Trump. You know, Trump finally actually spoke upon us. This might be search the gates and noble. Trump actually, you know, acknowledging us, right? In a little speech he said yesterday, okay? He said something along the lines of that in the future, there's a lot of hope and joy and optimism, right? He said, in order to have a better tomorrow, first thing they got to do is get rid of the prophets of doom, okay? Which he's speaking about us, man. Right? And that's exactly what's going to happen now, man. Right? Doom is going to come to this place. Okay? All the kingdoms have failed that we were in captivity under. Because we're not in captivity here, this place is about to fall as well. And it's going to fall even worse because of the pure wickedness of this place, man. You know, look how this place was built, man. Over bloodshed, robberies, rape, deceit, you know, homosexuality. Okay, this place is done, man. So that's the same way that it's going to go out. You know, whether you like it or not. And that's another thing, man. You know, we don't come out here for fun, man. We don't come out here because, you know, this is a trend. The Lord put the Spirit upon us to actually come out here, man. You know, and they see it, but they goddamn devils, man. I see what Jeremiah 1 and 3. You know, the Lord have, from the belly, the Lord knew us and sanctified us to be prophet to the nations, man. So, you think of gates of no first off?
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse
verse 1, it says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift thee up a banner upon the high mountain.
Right, so we doing as we was told, man. Okay? Right?
Upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them.
What's the high mountain? Right? That represents America. Because when you got hills and mountains in the scriptures, okay, sometimes referring to smaller governments and bigger governments. You know, which America is the top government right now, man. The top country. But you can see their fall, man. You can see them falling. The other nations are saying they're turning their plowshares into swords. You know, that's what they're saying. Let the weak say I'm strong. So they're standing up to America. Okay? They got a lot to deal with, man. Alright?
It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gate of the noble.
Right, that's exactly what we do, man.
That like coming back sound, these cops are doing drills or something. They on every other block, like something's going on. And the ambulance trucks, it seems like they're going somewhere, but they just back and forth going up the hill. It's like they're doing drills. So that means that something big is probably going to happen here in North New Jersey, man. And this brother pointed out that Trump, you know, said you got to get rid of the doomsday prophets. Well, why? Because the prophets are the ambassadors of Yahawah and Rawchaa. They're the ones that speak things into existence through the spirit and power of the Lord.
Eminem had a video right here, Market Street, and it showed it being completely destroyed. And yeah, that show was I'm Not Afraid. I think that was he made the video here, and you know he's the top of looking, and all the Newark was destroyed in that video.
And they also use that might be a Joker. The last Joker movie, it was downtown York filming it. And remember when we got Handoff, and then he became this anarchist, all this anarchy started happening. It was downtown York with the fires and the streets and the cars going up and things like that.
War of the Worlds is still down there. Oh, another movie, War of the Worlds.
Program that they got.
And World War Z was in Newark. World War Z, filmed in Newark. Well, they said it was in Newark.
Hey, if you already know, see, they want to get rid of us because we already know, at least how they do things. You know what they call them, what they did with the Jersey City shooting, psyops. There it is, they have practiced a certain terrorist type of thing, and then they actually play it out in the street to make it real. And actually, people will actually get killed in the process to make it reality, man. You know? Hey, matter of fact, I can cut you off, brother, but Proverbs 20, Jeremiah 28:8.
I got it. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
Exactly, even Jeremiah says, man. The prophets that of old, even before him, have prophesied the downfall of many kingdoms, man. And we're prophesying the downfall of America because it's going to fall, man. Why do we have to be stupid and be secret like the rest of these people when the Lord enlightened our spirits, man? Uncle Shah, somebody give me 4-1. Just real quick. Because why would we get enlightened through the spirit and power of the Lord? The Lord gave us eyes to see and ears to hear, which is according to his gospel, man, his word. All right? So now that we see these things and these visions from the Lord and knowing the understanding of the Bible and the prophecy, we're here to say it before it happens, man. What crime have we committed, man? All right? It's the Almighty Father that's doing all these things, man. And the same Father, the same Spirit that they don't want to acknowledge, they call it Mother Nature, man. All right? They don't want to acknowledge the Heavenly Father, but we're here to acknowledge the Heavenly Father who governs the world, man. We can bring that up real quick.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1 says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Hey, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High. And Esau has his own book of commandments, man. This book of commandments is the Talmud. All right, but everything is contrary of the Holy Scripture, man. The law, statutes, and commandments, everything is really, literally backwards, man. And they follow that. So this is the commandments of the book, man. So
says, in the law that endures forever.
And it says the law that endures forever. Because think about it. The Lord had laws with animals, man. He has laws within the waters. You have a salt water, you have a fresh water. You have salt water fish, you have fresh water fish. You have animals, they don't rise on 2 feet and start talking. Alright? There's laws within the birds. The birds, what they say, birds fly south every time the winter comes. Because there's a certain order of things governed in the earth in order for it to run correctly, man. And you devils are destroying the earth, man. You're destroying this very life in which we live, man. Okay, go ahead. It says,
And the law that endures forever, all they that keep it shall come to life.
So since we started to keep the law of the Lord, or actually rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, we have came to life. So that's why I can see why Trump saying he got to get rid of the doomsday prophets, man. Because the Lord truly woke us up. Ezekiel spoke about the dry bones. The Heavenly Father said he will blow his breath upon the dry bones, and they shall stand on their feet. And that's what we're seeing now, man. You see the Israelites waking up throughout the whole world, man. Brothers prophets are waking up throughout the whole world, teaching the truth, man. You got teachers, you got apostles, and they got to stay forth. You got the actual apostles, which are stationed out there in New York, okay? That's giving brothers this gospel understanding. See? But guess what? The word apostle is being sent out. All right, so being sent out to do what? Sent out to speak the truth, man.
You can go in if you want.
It says, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
I'm thinking, like,
so if we hold fast
why
to
I
this
put this
word,
together?
we
Because I
are
can get
alive,
my own
man.
thoughts. But
And if we let go of this word, then
we're
we
going to have a
die.
conversation after.
So what situations should I choose? Should I choose life or death? Well, the men of the Lord choose life. When the Lord is giving the hand and the help to live, then we want to live, man. We don't want to be dead like the rest of the two-thirds, man. The rest of our people, two-thirds, they're dead. Okay? They're caught up in Esau's philosophies, his religion. Okay? They caught up in his man and his way of life, man. Well, the Lord designed this man in a different fashion. The portion of Jacob was not like them, man. And that's your life. You see?
Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night.
Hey, the men of the Lord not going to hold their peace day nor night, man. So you better believe it. The brothers able to go out, brothers going to teach the word and prophesy. That's Yahawashi told us to go forth and prophesy until the Lord sees. Then, when brothers are in their homes, brothers going to do a Christmas shows on the internet of things, man. Put the letters up to the rest of the brethren around the world, all right, through video form, man. Making things a lot more easier, man. Okay? So,
Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent.
So if we make mention of the Lord said keep not silence, man. But Esau wants to silence the men. You know, they got their code names, doomsday prophets. You know what we're talking about. Because the only ones that's really actually causing a problem by speaking, because, you know, we have this right of which Esau calls freedom of speech. The only ones truly making noise are the prophets of the Lord. And now the other guys, which is of this world, you know, the other avenue they play a lot in, whether following the news, whether being a YouTuber, they're being sick. They're being in trouble. You know, a lot of these people might believe that, you know, well, you are because it's happening. They're being taken away, their freedom of speech is being taken away. Well, the reason for it is because of who they call the doomsday prophets, man. It's because the true men of the Lord, man. The Lord said, keep not silent, man.
And give him, and verse 7, and give him no rest.
And give him no rest.
Till he established, until he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Hey, that's right, man. Because guess what? The men of the Lord are hastening in the gates of the Lord. The scriptures tell us to pray for many verses. When we see that our kingdom is going to be great and glorious for us, why would we want to be in this kingdom? Why would we pray in Esau's kingdom, man?
The real protest, because that word protest means like to testify void. And the ones that are really protesting, bringing forth the word, is the men of the Lord. They don't give a fuck if you got 1,000 people with Black Lives Matter fucking shirts up and down these streets. They don't care about that because they're not bringing out no truth. You're trying to look for peace and equality between us all performing. They need us shut down.
What's proof behind that is they orchestrate those protests.
Right. You're control, yo.
All that stuff is behind.
They have control of it. But why do they want us off the streets? Because they have an agenda. We're now officially in the New World Order's agenda. There's certain accomplishments they have accomplished already. And they want to just further out, they want to continue and finish the deal. You know, complete what they had started years ago, man. Now, they want us off the street because we're the ones out here on the street. Remember, scripture say wisdom requires us to the street. But you really want to get the understanding of what's going on, you're going to hit the streets. And that's why niggas in the hood, you gotta use it as an example. They say, well, yo, I'm out on the streets. I know what the streets say. I know what the streets say because the streets be the reality of things. And that's what wisdom requires, man. And the chief place of concourse, man. Alright, the marketplace where people come and get news, man. Okay, Esau established his own news media, which he controls. The reason why they want to take us off the street is because they're in a rush, okay, to push that RFID microchip, which the Bible calls that mark of the beast, man. So how can they issue in this chip and get the poor, because we're considered the filth, we're considered the poor of the world. When we're out here telling the poor people, don't take the chip. And they're going to be like, yeah, I ain't taking the chip. That's against their agenda. All right? That's why there's going to be a lot of people that take the chip, but it's also going to be a lot more people that's rebellion against the system, man. You know?
I'll read this out again. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 2. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the noble. That's exactly what it should be, man. This truth at the final level now, man. So you know that it's a wrap. Okay? You know, Trump speak about another thing he said was that there's no place for fear. You know, in the future, there's no place for fear. You know? And here we are telling the people, you know, exactly what their plans is, what that RFID chip is, which is the mark of the beast. And that's one of the main things we speak about, man. You know what the mark of the beast is, right? You know, which is the RFID chip. And that's what's within their future. Okay? And they got the 5G, you know, he's supposed to follow himself, man. He's ready to do his thing, man. Who had it first? I think T-Mobile had it. Now Verizon got it. And you know Verizon is even better than T-Mobile. So it is just about to be a wrap here, man. Let's go back to my team.
So Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms.
Right, and the scriptures say that the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. Okay? So we guys doing the same thing, man, no matter what kingdom it is. Because Esau, it's sad to even say it, Esau is not the most high, man. You should not even put yourself on that level, man. But you that you do. You know, he's sitting in the wrong place at this time, and thinking that he is the most high, man. And that's another reason why you guys are going to go into hardcore bondage, man, and then be destroyed, man. Forever even trying to put yourself on that level, man. So there it is, man. You're not the most high, man. You're not close to it. Really, you're the basis of all things, man. So you are the wicked, according to Malachi 1 and 4. Yep. In and Obadiah, man. So you guys are going to be destroyed, man. You guys are the epitome of pride, man. You know? So we back doing the same thing, man, as commanded by Yahawashi, man. And Esau don't like that, man. He don't like what he can't control, what he can't fly out, man. Coming with a fucking briefcase, a fucking 2 times with a briefcase on, with one little check in there, man. So I write your number on it, you know. And he hates that he can't get our people to sell out. You know, with the slap, he hates that he can't get the elect to sell out, man. Because to say if it was possible, they would deceive, they'll be able to deceive even the very elect. You know? So it's not possible, man, to deceive the elect. You fucking bugging, man.
He so wants to eliminate all his enemies. The number one enemy is the elect of Yahawah and Rawchaa.
And not to put Nas on the pedestal, but Nas said people fear what they can't understand and hate what they can't conquer. You know? That's what it is. I got to put people in Remember the word, this is how we start speaking. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
There you go, man. And that goes with, you know, the Bible Yahawashi saying, you know, if a man get ready to build something, you know, he has to sit down and see if he's sufficient to be able to finish it. So these are some of the things that we have to consider, that we're going to be persecuted. Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what we're count the cost, man. But we also consider spiritual location. You know, we consider the kingdom. All right? You know, we consider, we understand what happens when you die, man. You just get reincarnated. We understand history. That's why the scriptures say the things that were written aforetime was written for our learning. You know, and here it is. You had a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, for example. You know, when they were getting thrown, when they were about to get thrown, when they got thrown in the furnace, Yahawashi was right there in the midst, man. Spiritual powers kicked in. Okay, some of the prophets got put to death, man. That's just things that happen, right? But see, this is the very end, man. And the scripture said, "Teach them to be moving to a point anymore." And the standing of the Lord is going to be lifted up against them, man. So look, you can't. Yahawashi said, "Let no man take our crown." So you can't take our crowns, man. All right, we don't get to the kingdom, man. Even John, the Revelator, said he saw the souls of them that got victory over the beast, man. Let's finish that real what you got, National Park?
What you were saying, this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the voice of the Most High, and the dead in whom Mashiach and Yahawashi shall rise first. So that's another reason not to fear death, because if you die in the name of the Lord doing his works, you're going to be number one on this list, man. You know, and that's a beautiful key in the scriptures to understand that, you know, that this isn't it. See, Esau is very common, man. He's like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to preach to death. But the scriptures tell you not to fear them that can kill the body, but to kill those, but the one that will kill the both body and soul in hell, man. And that's how
This is Revelation chapter 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And they of the people and kings and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because those two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them with sorrow. Back up to verse 10. And they that dwelt on earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and send gifts one to another, because two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
these two prophets tormented them, which dwelt on the earth. The two prophets is talking about the northern and the southern kingdom, man. You know, we got brothers in the camp representing both the northern and southern, man. Those are the prophets. And what we do, we killing this devil with this word, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
I could grab precept. Just go where two prophets tormenting them. This is Ezra, chapter 4, verse 16. We certify the king that the city be built again, and the walls thereon set up. By this means thou shalt have no portion on this side of the river. Then sent the king an answer unto, let me see, Slakia. Actually, verse 15. That search may be 14. Now, because we have maintenance from the king's palace, and it was not meet for us to see the king's dishonor, therefore have we sent and certified the king. That search may be made in the book of the records of thy fathers. So shalt thou find in the book of the records, and know that this city is a rebellious city, and hurtful unto kings and provinces. You know, going into tormenting. and that they have moved sedition within the same of old time, for which cause was the city destroyed.
Yeah, so this word is killing this devil. And in that same chapter, I believe it was, here it is, you got these other nations trying to build with them. You know, trying to get down to be like, hey, what's going on? Can I be a part of it? And we tell them no. No. You cannot join us. You cannot be a part of this thing. No vocab alone, you can't be a part of it. Then all of a sudden, first they mock it, they do skits, they do memes, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, they start speaking about you. Now they first they ignore you, they start speaking about you, they start making fun of you, they start demonizing you, and then they start persecuting you. Right. All because they can't be a part of what we have.
That's right. Hey, what the Lord established, which is really the rise of the tabernacle of nation. You know, the true men of the Lord. But I'm finished with it. It says,
Right there.
verse 9. Okay, verse 9. And they of the people, they kindreds and tongues, and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the grave.
Right. And that's the time period from between 1620 to 1970, man. Right? Which is when we didn't have this truth, man. We didn't know who we was, man. We were trying to survive. Eating pork, all that, and we did not know who we was back in slavery, man. But now, here it is, it said that they didn't suffer to put their bodies in graves, man. Meaning what? That these nations didn't give a shit about you, man. You know? Here it is, when you got love for somebody, you bury them, man. You get the sepulchres, okay? And you take care of that. You don't just leave their dead bodies out in the open. But that's pretty much how these other nations treat us, man. Get Jeremiah 15 and 4 to go with that. And that's just go straight out these nations give less about you, man. But then you got our people that are such cool, they're such destroyed for lack of knowledge that they don't want to go to the kingdom unless Esau can go. Unless so-called Chinese can go, man. Not knowing that in return, you can give a shit less about you, man. They don't fuck about you. They selling you rat, cat, dog, they talking about you behind your back. Yeah, man. So come on, man. That's why, man, scripture say, knowledge and wisdom shall be civilian at our time. You know, here it is, you think Esau is your friend. You answer the devil, you know, you're going to get God, man.
Yeah, there was not suffering the dead bodies to be put in graves. Reminds me of like you have like terminally ill patient or something like that, and they're like literally the machine is keeping them alive. And what do they ask the family? The family to show mercy. You know, they pull the plug and let them go. But Esau, even he refuses to let our people go, and it reminds me of a movie. Oh man, all right, it was called. I forget maybe the name will come to me, but it was a movie about a soldier, an Air Force pilot, that crashed over to Afghanistan, and they used his body and put him into a system where he could go back in time and relive terrorist organizations like an actual like terrorist, like some devil blew up a train or something like that. They had a machine where they could insert this dead pilot, which was still conscious in the head, and use it so that he could infiltrate somebody in the train to live the last 8 minutes before the bomb exploded.
Is that deja vu?
No, it's not deja vu, but it's something like that. I wish I could remember the name of it. But to relive the last 8 minutes before the bomb blew up, so we can investigate who it is, and then find the terrorist somehow later on and stop him from blowing up something else. But the point is that here it is, you got a terminally ill dude, and they showed him he's all fucked. He's got one arm, no legs, or nothing like that, and he got him strapped up to this machine, and they're using him to solve crimes and to fight terrorism and shit like that. And really, it's immoral, man. That's what Esau's doing with our people, man. You know?
Arnold, man. He had like 7 heart transplants. Was it Rawchaa from David Rawchaa? Yeah, that's just because he's trying to avoid seeing the Most High. They know.
Yeah. Hey, man, you got this show that I started watching, man. It's called Marvel Getaways. You know? It's like a bunch of them, like teenagers, man. And, you know, I'm just watching the show, you know, understanding it. But here it is. Pretty much what they're doing is they show you how they kidnap innocent kids, man. You know, they come to do with the van, they kidnap them, and they show you how they sacrifice them, man. You know, they got some some machine which gives life to some older dude on his deathbed. It's supposed to help him move on, man. But really, that's them drinking their blood. You know, doing these different sacrifices to do anything they can to stretch out the life of the man, man.
They're not allowing you to take a snap report.
Hey, this devil don't want to die, man.
Oh, the name that movie was Source Code. What was that plan? What movie? Source Code. Came out with Source Code. Good movie.
I don't know if brother has that. This goes into the account of the Apostle Paul knowing that he was even going to get put to death. So showing that real men of the Lord, we don't even fear death because we know there's a high reward. 2 Timothy 4 and 5. But watch thou in all things, endure affliction, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at the day, and not to me only, but unto them also that love his appearance. So, man, it doesn't get no better.
Yeah, hey, he worded here, make full proof. You know, the men of the Lord is continuing to make full proof and go sides on the end. Okay? And it's been full proof. This is why this word is going to the full point of the world. We got brothers waking up around the world. This is what's making these elites, you know, to actually start making mention of us out in the open because they want to deal with us. You know, they keep coming with different avenues. They did the Jersey City shooting thing, blaming it on all the Israelites. They call us black Hebrew Israelites when we're not a black Hebrew Israelite group. Matter of fact, I was looking up something, and I was looking up an image to put on my thumbnail in Google, and I put in Hebrew Israelites. But I was looking for something else, and you know that they have a definition for Hebrew Israelites? They call us the black Hebrew Israelites, and it says that the Spanish people are part of it, but they just keep saying the black Hebrew Israelites. So if you look it up right here, they just put Hebrew Israelites in Google and see what it says. And I saw that the other day, you know? But the point is, like Paul is getting into, hey, he finished this course. And it's the same thing that's going to go as well as all of us if we're going to the end. But the point is, making full proof. And the Lord has made full proof this ministry, man. This gospel, Yahawah. Here it is. I'm taking it back. Look, a month ago, was December when they was demonizing brothers in LA. And they put up the signs, Yahawah's in the back. Yahawah's name is even being demonized. They hate the Most High. They hate the Lord. Hey, it goes back to Acts when they say this man's blood be upon us. They're bringing this man's blood upon us.
Still on to
It's still hard. It don't matter how many thousand years it is. Right?
So get dreams.
Black Hebrew Israelites. Black Hebrew Israelites, also so-called Hebrew Israelites, Black Hebrews, Black Israelites, and African Hebrew Israelites are groups of Black Americans who believe that they, along with Latin Americans and Native Americans, are true descendants of the ancient Israelites.
People know who you are.
And another thing, these are the prophecies. Well, these many people who put this stuff together, they're not the elites. They don't really know what's going on. You know, they're trying to put a definition on this to the best of the Bible, to the best of their ability, even though it's also simultaneously demonizing us, man. Because they don't know that Judah, when it goes into Judah, it said Judah the lion's whelp, it goes to the prophecy of Judah, it said all his brethren shall follow that. So that means that obviously Judah's going to rise first. So it looks like a black thing. Then the northern kingdom coming in, so it's like, oh, that's just a black thing. The Spanish are following the blacks. Oh, man. Hey, the northern brothers are Israelites too. It's just that that's the way the Lord set it up. It's order, man.
He says we all came from the rivers of Judah. So it's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It is, man.
I'm trying to demonize you because, like, what the fuck is a white Hebrew Israelite? There's no narrative about that. So it's clearly just a political term.
And then here they are, they try to hit us with the color thing. You're a racist. I don't even hear Edomites even say that no more. Remember they used to come up and say, you're a racist, you're a racist, you're a racist, you're a racist. Like racist is a boogeyman word, you know? It's like that's the ultimate demonization. So as soon as somebody here somebody call you a racist, they got an ugly face toward you. Like, but guess what? Because they can't even play that card no more. The Israelites are scattered. There are Israelites that look like Edomites. There are Israelites that look like Moabites, which are Chinese, man. And guess what? They're Israelites. There's nothing you can do about it. You see? So how you try to play this game? The Lord said, you would not give you a mouth. I know that they can gainsay. They can't gainsay or resist this truth. Matter of fact, BaHaSham quoted scriptures. What is it? Corinthians, he said, stronghold. What is that? Can somebody bring that out? I'll say it. Cool.
Second Corinthians 10.
Yeah.
In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, it says, for the weapons of our verse 3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
So we don't war after the flesh. We're not worried about the carnal things of this world. Yeah, we're more men. We can die if the Lord ordained it. But guess what? That's not what we're after. We're not after money. We're not after the resources Esau has, which is all these other nations are fighting for. Land, sheep, slaves, We're not after those things. Our warfare is not carnal. We're here to speak to the spirit. Right? The spirit of power can out by Rawchaa.
It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
Pulling down the strongholds, meaning pulling down all the lies. That's how Esau ruled this world with great mighty power. Let alone he had the teeth to bite like a young lion, but he also had this eyes, which made you fear. Because if you went against this, then you was going to die. You can't have a place to live in this world. Well, the Lord is here to destroy you with the spirit of his mouth, man.
Just like you do with the helltop, you don't come from that's how you have people to follow Christianity.
Yes.
During the time of transport,
That was
It was to spook you, man.
Right.
So that you gotta worship Christianity. I came on my channel the other day because I did a video. I did a video off the humble, man. Just I had nothing man, it was the topic of Israel, the Lord only died for Israel. And as soon as I do that, a precept that was just coming to my heart, the spirit, it provokes scoffers. Saying that the Lord is only for us, it offends scoffers, Christians, so-called Christians, man. And they all come on my page. I'm talking about putting paragraph after paragraph, scripture after scripture. When I reply with only one scripture, and I know it cut him, I know it cuts you. I blocked him anyway, because I was tired of seeing it. But I know it cuts you, because then he comes back with like, more scriptures. You don't get into all those scriptures, man.
Scriptures say like your words refuse.
So it's offended, which is probably Jake, because he knew the word, he knew how to, use scripture. But you off. And then he went into the Cornelius. Cornelius was an Israelite, man. There were Israelites in Italy, man. There were Israelites in Italy. He was an Israelite, man. He was a confused of faces, man, or speckled bird, man.
But I had the account of basically when Yahawashi was
lucky, but Cornelius was stationed in Caesarea, which was in Israel, like on the coast. And he was of the Italian band. He was a centurion. But there were also Israelites in Italy. So, and he worshipped the Most High, said he was a devout man. Meaning he was a godly man, he was devoted. Okay? Meaning his kinsmen, when you get into it, his kinsmen and his friends, they were all Israelites. There's precepts behind this, man, that proves that in order to worship the Most High, you have to be an Israelite, man. That's what
if you have not done so, what I need to do, Psalm 147, 19 and 20. It was the account that Pilate was about to, crucify Yahawashi, and just going into how this devil has no authority over the men of the Lord or even putting us to death. That's in the Lord's hand. So, John 19 and 10. Then saith Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee? And Yahawashi answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore he hath delivered me unto thee. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greatest sin. Going to all the snakes and all the people that are setting this up, but again, it's all set by Yahawashi. So if you please the root with the right net, therefore it is all in the palm of his hand. And we know if he gets put to death, our reward is great.
I was trying to miss, man. So God, chapter, really knew it all, but, just to bring out the scripture, that goes with that. So Rawchaa chapter 10, verse 4. So the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
And that is profitable, man. And who are the profitable today is the, starting with our head, the profitable that comes to bring Lord. Profitable. You can't tell me that the profitable that was the great Lord is not profitable. And that's what you learn, man. You can go to all these other camps and you can learn, it's the, I don't know, possibly bar called, what's his name in New York? What's his name? He called him a starter kit. But in order, once to get over that, once you started, and then you want to get into the prophecies and you want to get into the mysteries, you don't have to go deal with GreatMillStone, right? And that's what most of you got to do. A lot of you are secret disciples, man, right? A lot of you, man. You have to be a secret disciple in order for you to stalk. Stalkers have to literally sit down and watch a whole 40-something, 30-something video with the apostles and they put it so you're watching like I'm watching, man.
Stalking is hard work, man. Hey, I got a job. I got a picture. You said you had Israelites in Italy, right? Check it out. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 24. It says 23. It says, know ye that our brother Timothy is set at liberty, with whom he comes shortly. I will see.
Written that Timothy's father was a Greek, all right, which he was an Israelite, but he called himself a Greek. He carried the customs of the heathens, right? But Timothy knew the mystery that he was an Israelite, right? But it said Timothy was set at liberty, right?
It says, salute them all that have rule over you, and all the saints. Who are the saints? Saints are the Israelites. That's clearly written in the scriptures, Psalms 148 chapter, right? They of Italy salute you. So the saints of Italy, so you had Israelites in Italy, man. And the scriptures tell you that. And also too, what is that? Acts the 2nd chapter where it says devout men, Jews, devout men out of every country, out of every
nation,
country, in the earth, man.
Also, can I just bring this out right quick? The Psalms 106, verse 34 and 35 and 36 on down. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord Yahawah and Yahawashi commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served the idols which were a snare unto them.
And Paul addressing in the letter to the Romans. It was Israelites in Italy, Rome. Because Rome is in Italy. So it's like,
Exactly. You can't, and that's where this Gentile topic come about. That's what they're trying to run to. Cornelius. Cornelius wasn't an Edomite, man. He was one of the lost sheep. The Lord had an angel give him a scripture, man. Like the Lord don't do that to Edomites. Name one, well, they don't say Cornelius, but name one Edomite the Lord had basically spoke to in a dream or vision, man, and he dealt with it on the good terms.
Here it is, man. The Ethiopian eunuch, all right? Philip asked him, understands what thou readest. And he said, how can I accept some man guidance? Now, these so-called Christianity churches, their pastors don't teach them. Over the whole course of 3 hours, they might bring out 2 scriptures, all right? And most of the other time, they're singing and dancing, passing around, so only really 3 scriptures come out. So they're not really getting taught, man. So therefore, they're going to try and teach themselves. And you can't, and the scripture just said, he said, how can I understand except some man should die? So that's why all these so-called Christians are confused. That's why you got there's so much of them division. Probably about 20 different sectors of Christianity.
I was not told that man might go to heaven. Well, he said, you don't go, you worship, you go, we worship. That goes to these worship him. You don't know who that is. If you knew who that was, you wouldn't worship him. You know?
Here it is, man. The angel told Mary to name, you know, her son, which is the Savior. All right. He told her to name he deliverer, right? Okay, he's the deliverer. Now, when you look up the name Jesus, that lyric is literally two words. Okay, J meaning earth and sus meaning pig in the Latin. So, did the angel tell Mary to name him earthly pig, or did the angel tell Mary to name him he's the deliverer? Man? So every time you say Jesus, that's a Latin name, which means earthly pig, man. Wow. So there it is. You're damn sure straight. You don't know what you worship. You making songs to him. Okay, you're singing and dancing to him. All right, but you're not even really knowing what you're worshiping, man. You can look it up yourself, man. You can look up in what's that called, the translator, man. You know.
Not a precept for you. It's taught by the precepts of men. That's why people don't fear the Lord.
Oh, so just to finish it, because he delivered, how you say that is Yahawashi in the Hebrew, man. So that's his true name. That's the name you should be, you know, praying to and so forth.
Isaiah 29:13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips to honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
That's another church, man. That's what you call Christianity, man. You know,
that all love doctrine. Because if you can't fear something that's all love, so if the fear is being taught by the precepts of men, saying that the Lord is all love, everyone's saved, just come to Jesus.
And here it is once again, prove that white woman is tripping next to a black man, to a so-called black man. Did y'all brother see the record of Dave Dash? Dave Dash is done. It's done. It's done, man. He has this philosophy of, he said, love. There's no power stronger than love. And he's actually in a certain ideology, philosophy of how a so-called white woman would have to live like that. You know, because when you got your woman, you created to the woman, you know, and you want that woman to be in peace. You want her to be happy. So you're gonna have to start feeling like how she feels, man. You know? And he picked up that everything that was coming out his mouth, man. You know, I don't see nobody hurt my feelings. Like, it's all of a feminine woman's philosophy.
Damn.
It's done, man.
That's Latin?
Yeah, worshiping what they worship. And matter of fact, and we know that is true because it happened to King Solomon, man. King Solomon didn't go off for having sex with his concubines, which were they were from the other nations. He went off when he started to allow them to worship their false gods, man. You see? And that's when the Most High gave them that sin upon him, because he committed sin. You see?
Even Samson, that's one of the things that made Samson fall, Delilah. And when you look into that word for Delilah means people. So it literally is what made Samson weak. That pussy makes you weak. You gotta fucking step out of that shit.
Hey, it's better, you gotta be strong in the mind, man. It's true, you gotta be a soldier, man. Not a soldier as Esau soldier, but a soldier for Yahawah, Rawchaa, which is for the spirit, man. You know, you gotta know how to be strong up in here, man, and sacrifice. You know, be willing to sacrifice the common things so that you can receive the spiritual things. Yeah.
First Kings chapter 11, starting at verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord Yahawashi said unto the children of Yahawah, he shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away the mind after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. So there's nothing wrong with having concubines when you just following.
You know, right? Because when you give your heart over to them, your mind will decline to their pleasures, man. And it will make you go off, man. And there was a point too when he said not to marry.
Yeah, Maya 13.
He said not to marry.
I know what's
that
that.
was for a particular time because he didn't need the tribes to be listening and handling, you know, and going the fuck off. Then what about your child, man? If you are a prince of the Most High and your child has a mother of a heathen, man, and now your son is not going to be sincere toward the Lord, you know?
I got that precept for you, This is Nehemiah 13 and 24. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things?
And that brings up Ecclesiastes 3:1 at the time of the church under the heavens. Because some people will go off that and say, well, look, we can't deal with another nation. Yes, we can. Okay? And why? Because at that particular time, in that season, Nehemiah, through the Spirit of the Lord, he knew that if Israel were allowed to do that, they would go off from following the Most High.
It says, Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who is beloved of his power, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin.
So Solomon is an example, man. Solomon is an example. To not give the love unto a heathen woman, man. Okay? Now you can have sex with these women, but not to wife them, man. You know? And hey, you got some brothers that may have had a baby by a heathen woman in the world, but now that you're walking up to this truth, you know, hey, that's one of the lots and one of the strengths you're going to, weaknesses you're going to have to battle. You know, the child, you know, the woman, you know, and you might have loved her. But that don't mean to turn around and start disrespecting her and have her, you know, walking with a woman with a fucking leech around the neck, walking up the street, you know. You ain't got to abuse her. They ain't do none of that shit, man. When the time comes, the both sides going to divide the sheep to him, he's going to put the goats onto his left, man. You see? So just go about your life, turn it up, man. You know?
This is the lineage of Yahawashi, right? Start at 1, St. Matthew 1 and 1, the book of the generation who the world called Jesus Christ, Yahawashi, the son of David, the son of Abraham. I'm going to jump down to verse 5. And Salmon begat Boaz of Rahab, and Boaz begot Obed of Ruth. And Ruth, if you go to the book of Ruth, you'll read that Ruth was a Moabite. Okay? So here it is. You got in the lineage of our Lord and Savior, he was one of the seeds were begotten by a woman of another nation.
That's the cut, man. Because you know, you got people that are saying you got full blood Israelite. Your moms and your pops gotta be Israelite. You mean tell me King David wasn't an Israelite? You know?
Also, too, you got Solomon's son was Rehoboam, and Rehoboam came from, of course, Solomon, but his mother was an Ammon. So the seed comes from the man.
Right.
Solomon's son Rehoboam was still an Israelite through his father's son.
That wouldn't even make sense anyway, because Jacob's sons, all right, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel, all of them then come from an Israelite woman, you know? That I would cut that right there.
I think most of the tribes came from a heathen woman.
Yeah, heathen women. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Boaz begot Obed of the Moabite. Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David. That's King David's grandfather. Born in the Moabite.
Yeah, hey, I was going to mention, I forgot the woman's name that helped out the spot.
Rahab.
Why I say that I'm bringing this up because we got these Edomites that would try to, dealing with all nations with the slaves. They ran to that too. They were running that. They say, well, look, what about her? And then she didn't get started in her family. You know, when the Lord came through Joshua to take that land.
That's a covenant, though.
So they're arguing that too. All this little stuff, man. They keep trying to find a way that the Lord is going to accept all of the other nations into the covenant. Well, guess what? You're all going to be here in the kingdom. Yes, you are. But you're not going to sit on the side of the Lord. You're going to be on the opposite side side being servants, man, and slaves. Same thing as we are right now. You elites, you rich Edomites, you know that we're slaves. When you look at us, you look at us with filth and disgust. You talk to us the way that, you know, you would talk to a peasant. So when we say that we're going to be kings and you're going to be peasants, why is it a problem? Before they used to laugh. They used to laugh at this gospel of the doctrine of the Lord. Now, because things are coming to reality and the Lord is fulfilling prophecy, now you're scared. Now you're scared, man. You know?
Yeah, pretty much, man, you know, after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, it's pretty much gonna be like y'all gonna be like an NFL stadium, man. Y'all gonna be in the parking lot, man. We're trying to start a little party in the parking lot, but y'all ain't inside. That's pretty much how it's gonna be, you know? And don't get mad at us, that's the way the Most High designed it. Now, do we agree? Hell fucking yeah. And that's Esau's problem. Esau wants us to disagree with what the Most High thinks. He wants our people to sell out to him and blaspheme the Most High thinks. That's why, in order to become a rapper, in order to make it, you gotta throw a few jabs at the Most High. You know, like Brother Trump brings it all the time. Lil Uzi Vert, the whole name. You know, the point of Uzi Vert at the Most High, just like shoot at the Most High. So in order for you to really make it, you gotta diss the Lord.
Is it Lil Uzi Vert name backwards or something? Would you say it backwards?
Just about what you were saying about how we're slaves and they know that we're slaves. This is the Black's Law Dictionary on the word employee. Black's Law Dictionary defines an employee to be any person in service of another under any contract of hire, express or implied.
Okay, so, all right, let's clean it up a little bit. You know, they want us to clean up the words. We can't say certain words. We'll just say service. And we'll say service. We're going to do Israel a great service because the word slavery is so hurtful. It's so staggering. It's so killing me. So you're going to do Israel a great service because that's what employee is. Brother, bringing it out, man.
Yeah, this is pretty much slave putting nice words, just like the devil would. All right, so defines an employee any person in service of another under any contract of hire, express or implied, which obviously even when we're in the contract, we put out these applications, it's not because we want to go fucking mop some flooring, it's by need, because we need to, so we're fucking contractual slaves. Express or implied, or where the employer has the power or right to control and direct the employee in the material details of how the work is to be performed. That's fucking slavery. This guy can tell you whatever the fuck he wants while he owns you within that time period. The only reason they let you go home and got a couple bucks to pay the bills and it's just they learn how to pretty much fucking and make the market even bigger for slavery. You know?
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord, Yahawah thy power, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed you. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. So it's spread with slaves here. And the word employee, like the brother was bringing out, it's not that we want to be a damn slave, but guess what? You got to go to them to get employed. You got to make a living for yourself. In order to live in this God-forsaken ass society of Esau's kingdom, you got to make a living for yourself by being an employee. You got to be an employee. And the word employee means slave, man. You're doing service to a company, man. To basically that company ruled by a certain man, which is an Edomite.
BaHaSham, you can part from the end of the swift as an eagle.
Okay, verse 49. It says, the Lord Yahawah shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flies, a nation thou shalt not understand.
That's talking about the Romans, right? But when you look at that word, it means to the furthest extremity of the earth. And now we were taking our part of the slave ships, verse 68 talks about that. Now we're at the end of the earth serving our enemy. You know, from 70 AD, it's really talking about now as well, you know, being in this captivity. If you look at that word, end to the extremity, the furthest extremity of the earth, wherever we were scattered, you know?
Also, they mention the word yoke in that scripture as well, right? This is the definition of yoke. I'm only going to bring out a couple of definitions. Definition number 2, a mark of servitude, slavery, bondage, our country sinks beneath the yoke. But a mark of servitude, you know, nowadays your mark of servitude would be your birth certificate, you know, your ID, identification, your passports and things like that. People say that you have freedom to travel wherever you go, but if you don't have these documents, you can't go anywhere. That's a mark of servitude.
The mark is going to be the mark of the beast.
Right.
Right.
Hey, another mark of servitude is taxes, man. Because even in the ancient world, how, like, okay, this the king, you know, Roman Caesar or whatever would take a particular country down, and then the way they would show their servitude unto that king, all right, is that they would pay tribute into him. Just like us, you got to pay taxes wherever you go, man.
The Romans too would take you, if they were to conquer a town or whatever, or a city or empire,
Right.
they'll take their sons to fight in the army. To pay servitude.
And what proves that that's a mark of servitude, you just look at Wesley Snipes. What happens when you evade your taxes? You put you in prison.
Warren Hill.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't file taxes, they're going to file your taxes for you, but eventually they're going to get you, man. So, if you don't file taxes, they'll file it for you. You know? And then they're going to lock you up.
Wow.
It says here, definition number 4, to restrain, to confine. Aren't we restrained and confined?
That means being locked up. You know? When a cop restrains you, that also goes into the word rape. You can also go up into the avenue of rape. You know, rape means the seeds to be refined, man. You know, restrained.
Hey, they have something called redlining. Esau's constraining you to one particular part of a a community. You know, Esau might not sell you a house because of who you are, man. Because of your race, so-called race.
Ooh, that's a nice thing about confinement as well. Your credit score. You know, your credit, your income, and all that thing. That's why they have classes of people, man. You got lower class, you got middle class, you got high class. You know, that's a confinement. So really, you know, you're like it says, you're only as free to do whatever, how much income you have. You know, that's confinement. Hey, in the ancient world, you had your own plot of land, you had animals.
That was your shit.
You could look at what Moses. Look at what Jacob did to Laban. You know, he went on there. He actually supplanted Laban. You know, and flipped the cattle and became a billionaire, man. You know, that's what you could do with land and resources, man. But Esau takes that away from. Yeah. He had cattle, things like that. But what does Esau do?
Man.
He stacks everybody. Side by side. That's why it says, "Woe unto you that live house to house."
Right.
You know.
Well, Job 1:3 says, his substance, talking about Job, his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. See, so that was real riches, man. You know, substance and cattle. Okay, you know, doing your own work. And you see, it said he had a very great household. That's talking about servants, man. You know, so that's also a part of it, man.
Even though there was a class system in the ancient world, there's still no confinement. There's still freedom to flip it around and become somebody. Case in point, if you were an Israelite slave, you would be their slave for what, 7 years? Yeah. All right, and then afterwards you could be free to go. You could choose to be a slave forever if you want to, but if not, you can serve your 7 years. Take what you earn and go and do for yourself, man.
That's why it makes sense that you Edomites, you're going to serve 1,000 years, man. The Lord said it's going to be double unto you what you have done to us. And then he's going to free you by the way of fire. You know? Hey, man, and that shows how Israel is righteous, man. The spirit of power of the Lord lost and commandments. Because if you're a slave, here it is, he enslaved unto you for what, 7 years, man, as you said. And as the scripture said. And then what? You let him go. And then just so happens, he might be like, I can't live without you. So brand me, I'm a slave for forever. And then like brand him on his head and let him know that he's my slave forever, man, because that's what he wanted to do after his sentence, man. It's a time to oppress the people, then it's a time to let them go, man. That's why Moses was going to King, to the Pharaoh saying, let my people go, man. Enough is enough, man. And you devils gonna learn the hard way, man. You gonna learn the hard way. You wanna see Yahawashi come? Well, he gonna come, man. You wanna see the Lord defend us and prove our patience, man, as it's written in Wisdom of Solomon? Well, you gonna see it, man. You gonna see it, man.
Push your hands on the prophets, man. That's all that's left. And Yahawashi will fight for us. That's great.
Yeah. You want to see, hey, Israel had a point. Well, they fucking dumb, man. Israel was being prideful as hell, man, because they didn't want to listen to Moses. They said, Moses, let us talk to the Heavenly Father, man. You know? And the Heavenly Father, you know, Moses went to the Lord and said, look, they want to see, they want to holler at you. They want to holler at you, Lord. He said they want to holler at me. You know? So the Lord said, all right, well, let them holler at me. Let me come forth. And then what? All this tempests, earthquakes, and things that started happening. And they said, no, Moses, we want to talk to you. You don't want you don't want to deal with the Heavenly Father face up, man. You know? And that's why the Lord is so pure and powerful, man. All praises to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. Because the Lord is so of a master, so perfect, so pure. And he gave us a mediator, man. He gave us a middleman, which is Yahawashi, which is all love, man. Okay? Because guess what? The Lord said you can't look at the Lord and live, man. You can't see the Lord and live in this sinful flesh, man. If the Heavenly Father will look at us and we look at his eyes, we'll die instantly, man. Matter of fact, was it Samuel that he showed himself to, or was it Moses? It was Moses. And and then Moses saw his back. You know, he had to go on the mountain and then see the Lord, and he saw his back part, you know?
Moses had to wear a veil because the shine on Moses was too powerful for the people to see. To show like the glow that you get from that being coming in contact with that power.
Yeah, man. That's the pure form of the spirit, man, which is rested in our bodies, man. That keeps this flesh, this wicked sinful flesh alive. This flesh is made to die. We're looking for what Paul was speaking of, which is the point where the saying is defeating the sting of death, man. Because when you die, it's like a sting, you know? And I haven't ever experienced it, but I can visualize it through the word, man. I can imagine that when you die, it's kind of like a hot sting, and then boom, you're gone. And you don't feel nothing else, man. You know? So defeat the sting of death. We're going to live, man.
Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 13. It says, thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil. It canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he. So that's the point. And Most High is too pure to even look at iniquity. Okay? That's why he has the angels set up in 9 and 8. You know, to behold, I'm about to report, get it real quick so I'm butchering it. Right? Amos chapter 9, verse 8 says, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful people. Which is really going into the angels, man. The angel reporting back to the Lord. If the Lord saw all this shit, it would be a fucking rat, man. You know, the Lord's too pure to look at all this damn wickedness, man. It would be done for, man. Okay? And especially here in America, where Scripture say the sins of this place has reached unto heaven, man. Revelations 18 and 4. So there's so much wickedness, and it's continually going on. You know, now here in the year 2020, and a lot of shit is happening that hasn't even been happening before, man.
We need to get out of the first month of January.
And we can still have more bullshit to come. Mandatory LGBT history within the school. So homosexuality within children is going to be on the increase. And then speaking of children, you got them. They came out with new books to teach them how to worship demons, man.
Oh yeah.
And you got sedition among men, to where the brother over there in the main camp, did a video how over there in Puerto Rico they actually brought a guillotine to the governor's house to put his ass to death, because they found this warehouse to where they had all this aid that they never gave the Ephraimites from Hurricane Maria, which is like fucking 3 years ago. You know?
Greed, man. Hey, I would be surprised is Lord willing. This pestilence that's going out, this polio virus. You know, they was talking about here in Jersey that there was an incident, somebody had it, that was a false alarm. They said the second person in America that had it is the person stationed out there in Chicago. You know? So
They got 2 reports in Chicago.
yeah, 2 reports. See? But there it is, man. May the Lord intensify the pestilence upon this wicked kingdom, man. You know?
You know what's crazy about the way that they're testing people themselves, tell if they have the coronavirus or not? They take a device, like a handgun kind of thing, and they slam their forehead to see if they can feel. It's crazy shit. You
Come
know?
on, man.
The market of people, you know, hey, that could be an excuse. Medical emergency, put a chip there to monitor their temperature.
Yep.
But that's what I was just saying. I lost the foot. This thing keeps going the way it is. They're going to make mandatory vaccines everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Because of the scare of this virus, man. It's the virus is airborne, man. You know, it's contagious. You know, somebody was telling me that at their occupation where they work at, it's kind of sort of like a hospital. They said that one of the patients had it. I said, look, if one of the patients had it, you wouldn't be able to stand here in my face and tell me that. Because if the government got into it and they found out a patient had it at that facility, they would have quarantined the whole facility. All the employees, slaves that work there wouldn't be able to go home. You would be stuck there, man. So say if you have so happened to walk into a bank and this guy over there and passed out on the side and he just so happened to walk in at the time where the doctors come in and they said that he had it, you know? Or say if they already took him out, right? And I'm just hypothetically, because this shit can happen. Hypothetically, they already took him out and was diagnosed. Now they're going to go, the people, the CDC, they're going to go to that particular bank where he was at, and they're going to, anybody in there, they're going to stop everybody from leaving. You're going to get quarantined, man. Because they're going to say, you don't know which one of y'all may have it. It's still looming in there. They like to do certain things. And I remember from watching the movies, of course, that they put little gems in the movies. Brother seen on Netflix, this was years ago. I believe it was called Quarantine. Like part 1, part 2.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, and those people, they thought they was actually going to be saved. In all reality, they quarantined them so that they could die.
Yeah.
You know? But there was some of them that really didn't have it. But they ended up dying because they couldn't get out of it. You know?
And whoever tried to make an escape was like, fuck this, man. Boom! Shot in the head by a sniper across the street, man. They don't play around with
And
that shit.
you know what else? Another movie that goes with that is The Resident Evil. With that chick who was the last one I seen was the last one. Resident Evil, man. With that virus that they had. She was trying,
So how they let it break down in the office setting. The devil definitely got that in the works, and he's already done it with certain quarantines. It's only going to intensify.
I got a preset. This is 2nd Ezra 16:5. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? So even if Trump, does push us off the streets, which is prophesied by the Heavenly Father, that's not going to stop the destruction. It says, may man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn.
Yeah, meaning what? That you can't stop a bubonic plague from spreading out here, man.
Exactly.
Which goes into the stupidity of behind pushing and forcing mandatory vaccines. And people actually buy this shit. At my job, I know there was this one Edomite, I'll never forget it. This is years ago, and I still think about how stupid this bitch is. She gonna tell me the reason she got a vaccine and she got sick. And I was making fun of her. I was like, I told you not to get the vaccine because it doesn't work. And she was like sitting there with a sniffly nose looking at me all sick and shit and looked me in the eyes and told me that the reason that she got sick was because other people in the office didn't get the vaccine. And
that's when you walk away.
They start blaming the people and be like, see, the reason I got sick is because everybody didn't get a vaccine. That is the stupidest idea I ever heard in my entire life, man.
That's Esau.
Taking the vaccine is supposed to protect you from people that are sick.
Exactly.
It doesn't protect you, man. You're not the Most High. The Most High belongs to the issue of death, man. Not Esau, man.
I got a quick precept for me. Second Ezra 16 and 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
Most High threatened. It's another thing you gotta keep in mind. Remember, somebody in Zechariah 5th chapter.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because the Lord threatens these Edomites every time you see a chariot in the heavens, man. Every time you see a chariot in the heavens, it is threatening the empire and structure of Esau's kingdom, man.
Every time a prophet speaks as well.
Yeah, when a prophet speaks the word in truth and sincerity of the Lord, it is threatening to this Edomite's kingdom, man.
Because Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
A flying roll. Okay, just like it was thousands of years ago, man. Okay, they come in the same fashion. The Lord said, that's another thing, man. Scripture say the Lord doesn't change not, man. The Lord doesn't change, at least change unless Jacob be consumed, man. The Lord never changes his vehicles up. Esau changes his vehicle up every year. He always got something that looking different with this plastic ass cars. You know? I thought in 2020 we supposed to be flying. I was born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, early 2000s. What was told to my generation, the people like me in my age, that this time through cartoons and movies, 2020, 2020, we're supposed to be living like high up in the air somewhere. We're supposed to be having flying cars, showing you Esau. His future is really a destination. There's really no future. Because he don't have a future, man, except for being a damn slave, man. You know?
This is, by the way, this is how the chariots are described. In Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 15, the appearance of the wheels and their works was like unto the color of a beryl, and they had, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And that's the design that they have in the movies of the chariot. A wheel in the middle of the wheel, man. You know? And Esau does his research, man. That's why the perfect example of that is the movie Independence Day. You know, you watch that big giant disc that comes and covers an entire city. You got that from the scriptures, man. Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. Ezra looked up and it looked as if it was carved out of a mountain, man. You know?
And you notice you said the color, beryl, which is green. You know, so that means, you know, when you see those green lights, you see a chariot look like a green, it look like these neon type of colors. You know? Those are the angels of the Lord, man.
And it goes to show Esau does his research. If you watch Independence Day, if you look real close, it's like a dark green, man. Yeah. It's like a little dark green, man. So it says, Zechariah 5 and 1, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Hey, a curse is threatening to your life. You know? That's why the word curse actually means
A prayer for evil or harm to befall someone.
Right. A prayer for evil to bring misfortune.
Pray for misfortune.
This compact Jonathan dictionary for the word curse, the reverse of to bless,
Right.
on a human level to wish harm or catastrophe,
Right.
on the divine to impose judgment.
Hey, the curse is the reverse of bless. So they say God bless America, but when the Lord shows chariots, obviously that means curse America. You know?
My bad, brother. You said to the divine?
This is the word for curse in the compact Bible dictionary. The reverse of to bless, on the human level to wish harm or catastrophe, on the divine to impose judgment.
So that means it's a righteous thing. You're speaking to the divine, which is the Heavenly Father, to bring judgment. So you know that. So actually, the curse of one is a righteous thing.
Right. So a prayer for evil to befall someone or someday, and to bring misfortune. That's the meaning of curse. Curse is not when you say as motherfucker, bitch, shit. That is not a curse. That's just a rude speech.
What we're doing while we out here, we're cursing this place right here.
Right.
It's just by reading, we're cursing this place.
I think it's a lot more than that too.
Yeah, the cursing of one's parents is sternly prohibited by Mosaic regulations.
That's like towards the end.
My bad. This passage is often misunderstood by Western readers. Paul represents the curse of the law as born by the Yahawashi upon the cross for the believer. The modern Western practice of cursing, the modern Western practice of cursing,
Hear that vocab?
using profane language. So saying fuck, shit, this, that ain't no curse. Okay? Using profane language is never referred to in the scriptures.
Profane, what's profane?
Outside the temple.
Right.
Yeah, saying that Esau can make it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
profanity.
Hey man, here, you know, I was on.
Saying the Lord loves everybody. That's
Right.
Matter of fact, this is get it real quick. Christianity is the Eastern reincarnation. Reincarnation is the Eastern.
showing that Esau's a fucking boy because he's not an adult. That's something that adults. If you're passionate about what you're getting into, you could use words. That's an emphasis on passion. Fuck, shit, this and that. Which this is something to be passionate about. The fact that we've been put low in the dirt and had our heritage stripped from us. Right.
Most I was gonna be passionate when he putting the foot in Esau's ass.
We come back with a 2X.
Like,
This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29. It says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. So if you got a guy talking about the mark of the beast is Christianity, that's not edifying, man. Okay? Edifying is to build you up in the Lord, man. Right. So if you're doing things to tear down from the Lord, now you're saying corrupt communication, man. That's messed up. Right. It is I asked the damn Arab, you know, I was like, yo, he was a Muslim. Like, yo, is it cursing your religion? He's like, bad word? Like, no, but you know what I'm saying? That's only so that's only here in America. Man. That's only Esau, man.
It's sad, yo. And that's why this place is crumbling. You did it to yourself, man. Both sides say you will walk upon your own skin, man. You know? Here it is, you know, this society is more of a Greek type of custom now. You know, homosexuality, bestiality, you know, transsexuals and things of that nature, being more feminized, the women are over men. You know, women on a pedestal now. I see every warrior type movie is always a woman in there. Like she's a goddess. She's this ultimate warrior, man. Women are not warriors, man. They would never be. But in Esau's mythology, they're the tops. You know, they're the champions, I guess. You would call it. But this place is crumbling from the inside out. That's the worst way to die, man. Is to die from the inside out. You're dying slowly, man. When you'd just rather be just put to death, man. Hey, Most High is bad. He's a terror, man, because the Lord can actually destroy you, your physical ability, and destroy you slowly with your inward parts, man. So that you're sitting there miserable, you know? And you want to die, but the Lord is not requiring your spirit just yet.
There's something worse than that.
God damn.
This Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 8.
Hey, real quick, Doc. And my brother said that it made me think of Wisdom of Solomon because they want to despite us with despite. They want to hit us with despite torture. They want to torture us in that type of action. They want us to feel pain worse than death. That's their intention. But as you continue to read, it says that these days they imagine, you know, they knew not the ways of the Lord and the reward of the righteous.
It was real quick, if I could add, because there was an article that came out to where the CIA, they actually had a special program for to torture people at Guantanamo Bay, basically after the 9/11, so-called 9/11 terrorist attack, you know, and it was like they had a special torture unit just for those that, you know, they believed that was a part of the 9/11 attacks, you know. So how much more with us?
advanced interrogation.
Mm-hmm.
Advanced interrogation.
That was in something called the Geneva Convention, that you weren't supposed to torture enemy soldiers if they're caught. So that just shows that Esau's such a 4-ton devil that he'll always flip his shit on his own shit.
Yeah. Speak against himself.
This Ecclesiastes chapter 8 starting at verse 7. For he knows not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death.
That's what Esau wants to do. He wants to simulate torture in your mind. They had a show called Altered Carbon, which they try to do just that.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah, you seen that? Yeah, in that show they try to do just that. They try to simulate torture to where you sleeping or whatever, but in your mind or whatever, which your mind makes everything real.
You gotta watch Black Mirror. I forgot the title of the show. You know, Black Mirror is like the new Twilight Zone. Yeah. And I forgot the name of the show. Y'all probably might have seen it. Y'all watching it. But there was a soldier, a black soldier, and they had all the soldiers brainwashed into believing that there were roaches, like meaning they called the certain people that wasn't a part of their army base, like citizens, they were considered roaches. Like they had these ugly type of faces, and they was like monsters, kind of like. But in all reality, Esau put a plant in their hand, and they was able to also like visualize, like when they went to the house to get something died, they visualized the holograms on the ground and scoped out the whole building.
Yeah, seen that one.
Saw that?
Yeah.
And then when the guy had that light fuse his plant that was in his hand, he realized that the people that they were calling roaches and enemies, they were just regular people.
They were regular people.
And the lady was trying to tell him, it's the plant in your head, it's the plant. And then he tried to mess up.
Right.
He ruled this world in deception and lies, man. It was all lies, man. You know, he had you believing in the lies. You let him convince you enough.
Right. Truth is a conspiracy theory. Everybody looks at because when you say conspiracy, you automatically think it's a lie, but really it's the truth.
That's Rule 15 and 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepared deceit. See, so that's what these devils do, man. Right? Up in the tanks, okay? Taking all different men of drugs and shit, man. Just plotting and planning on how they can continue to lay snares before our people, man. All they do is conceive mischief, man. That's why scripture say they can't even go to sleep unless they do some type of evil, man. But now all that wickedness is gonna come back to bite you on your ass, man. They got their hand in every single industry, man. In the clothing industry, it's called good clothes, man. Right? They got it in the goddamn, they're getting pushing skinny jeans, you know. Yo, man, that's why we believe that we're gonna use these celebrities to push that shit. Cause I believe Lil Wayne, he the one that started. You know, when I was in high school and shit, niggas was wearing skinny jeans, man. I think Lil Wayne the one that started that, man. You know, they saw him in it, and now they want him to wear it, man. Yeah, but guess what? Really, that goes back to the elites, man. Right? Lil Wayne didn't think of that on his own. When you sell out, that's why it's such an apocryphal. When you're of use to him, he'll use you, man. You know, he'll use you to what? To continue to promote his wickedness, man. That's why this stuff got to go down, man. That's why even Psalm 54, because the heart of every single one of them is deep, right? They literally sit and think about these things, so why they can be the accuser of our brother, man, which is us. They want us to continue to stray away from our power, and that's why they got a problem with us. You know, that's why, you know, it says we're not like them. We're not like the rest of our nation, man. We're not niggas, you know. We're not spicks. But here it is. I told one dude, man. I was like, yo, if a dude has a girl, I ain't messing around, man. Period. He was like, oh, what happened? Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, something has to happen. Something terrible has to happen. You need to learn my lesson about that. Like, what the fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? That's just the wickedness of our people. But we're not like that, man. We're of another fashion, man. You know, we ain't eating goddamn pork out here. That's disgusting for you, man. That's one of the reasons of why people think the coronavirus is out there in China. Just finally coming to bite them in the ass. Eat all these abominable ass food, man. Yeah, bat soup, man. Yo, they eat live rats. They eat live snakes. You know, shit's still moving on the plate. Yeah, Koala Bear. Now they got 20 million people in isolation. I mean, in quarantine.
This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 16. I start at 15. They are vanity and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation they shall perish. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahawah of hosts is his name. Yeah, I got something else. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 25. Because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahawah, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. You know? So the tables are going to turn. We may be hunted down, you know, secretly, and then eventually it's going to be publicly. But guess what? It's going to turn around, and the Most High says, since you have not hated blood, blood is going to pursue you. You know? Because the heavenly kids, guess what? You're going to run from Yahawashi. When Yahawashi crack those clouds, you're all going to run like hell, man. And you're going to run into those mountains, in which the mountains you carved out and carved in, and got yourself in there with those resources, man. Let these mountains go on us, man. And let us hide from the Holy One, man. Because Yahawashi is coming for the Edomites, man.
We got a hotel Edom in the mountain.
Hey.
Reap what you sow is a law of life. Law of the universe. The world even calls it karma. So if all this white man has reaped and has sown is death, robbery, murder, that's just gonna come back to him.
Right, this is Wisdom of Solomon. Because the Most High, man, he's that, man. Wisdom of Solomon on chapter 11, verses 16, right? That they might know that with all a man sinning, by the same also shall he be punished. Okay? The same thing you're doing is the same consequences you're gonna get. For instance, Esau is the greediest fucking nation on this earth, man. Right? Therefore, now because you do all this trickery and deceit, okay, to fill your bellies, man, which can never be filled, now you're gonna be left with nothing, man. All you're gonna have is a raggedy fucking clothes on your back. You're gonna be fucking slaves, man. You know, you love blood, like the scriptures say. You know, therefore now your blood is gonna be shed, man. You know, look at the goddamn history of this place, man. You love to just lie and do wickedness, man. So now all that is gonna come back upon your own head. Everybody is literally gonna hate you, man, and that's Obadiah. Okay, everybody already does, because you all throughout the goddamn world, man. Okay, all up in everybody's business. You know, trying to change their tradition. Just a straight dirtbag, man. They had a damn documentary, right, out there in Saudi Arabia, for women and how they dress, which they've been doing it, you know, for I don't know what you call thousands of years.
Yeah.
You know, decades like, centuries, past centuries, man. You know, and it is Edomite woman is there recording her and playing sad music in the background, man. You know, trying to paint your fucking narrative, man. How you know they sad? They good, man. But then Esau, when it comes all throughout the earth, can't mind his own business, right? So now your ass is going to be placed in a goddamn isolated area in slavery, man. And they're going to be destroyed after that. Because the scriptures say what? Strive not and better that concerns me not. You break all the scriptures, man. God damn, that's why I do the clean contrary, man.
And here it is now all of a sudden Esau is the victim because he's out here teaching and basically stating, basically judging and bringing up all of the violence and this wild nature, you know, bringing it before you in words. You know, Esau don't want you to say that he stole us as a people and enslaved us the way he did. He don't want you to say that. He wants you to forget about it. You know, worry about 9/11. Let's forget about that. That was a long time ago. You got LeBron James now. You know? You got freedom. Come on, man. You know, but look, no, man. Now he wants to play the victim. You're not the victim, man. You're not the victim.
They're going to be simply over and over. Nothing new under the sun. But Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And Yahawah BaHaSham, Yahawashi requires that which is past.
Right? What do we want from
Nothing new
that?
under the sun.
And showing that this is trial right now. Pretty much we're bringing out your charges, and then the sentencing is going to happen on Judgment Day by the Most High Judge.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there. And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Hey, this is that what you got. You said in the beginning of the year that so, and I saw brother. Yeah, I didn't see that video. But I saw Titan. So Trump saying you're gonna get rid of the doomsday prophet. Well, hold on. You're the one with mass destruction.
I know, right?
Hold on. You're the one that created the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. They're not in our possession. We don't own such a thing. So how the hell you gotta get rid of us? That's crazy. You're the one with mass destruction. Right. You're the one that can blow up a whole country, man. What?
The guy, Robert Oppenheimer.
Victim.
Yeah.
What?
He said, I am death.
Yeah, I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Destroyer of worlds. The man that made the axe.
Yep, Robert Oppenheimer.
Predators striking our
You
fucking
got
house.
drones. You're killing innocent. I ain't gonna say innocent because no one is innocent, but you're killing Ishmael over there through drones. You got a lot of these guys that go to the military and this new technology things is now playing video games. Unfortunately, the video game is successful to the U.S. Army's bases with dealing with drones. They get in those small booths and sit there and they do like a video game. They fly in the drone, you know, they spotting out the radar just like you play Call of Duty, first-person shooting games, and all that nature, you know. But you're the one with mass destruction. You got to get rid of the doomsday prophets because they causing all of the terror. But you're the one with the damn missiles, man. You're the one with the drones. You're the one with the sword, man. That's how you know that this word of the Lord is a mighty sword, man. He said his word is a two-edged sword, man. You know, piercing the marrow, man. Piercing the soul and spirit. So the word of the Lord is fucking kicking your ass. Hey, Yahawashi, sling, sling, sit down. Swing, swing, sit down. Oh, you want to get up? Swing. Hey, you want to watch another video? Swing. Oh, you want to talk about my prophet? Swing. Oh, you want to hear him say? Swing, swing. Lord is messing them up spiritually, man. Yeah. He the one with, I'm sorry, man. We got mad destruction, and where the problem? Wow. You see how the most mightiest men on the earth today with power, man. Artillery, guns, technology, wiping people off the face of the earth. You playing victim? Get the hell out of here, man.
I got a preset.
Like we're causing all the terror. You is the terror. Get the hell out of here, man. My bad.
No, it's okay. This is one of the major laws that's going to come back on them. Number 35, 33. Yep. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Didn't he shed the blood of the so-called Native Indians and the Seminole Indians? Didn't he shed the blood of the so-called Negroes, man? Latinos, man? How can this land be blessed when there's still skeleton bones under Wall Street, New York, man?
Digging them up too.
Digging them up, man. Why is it that they said they found all sorts of carcasses when 9/11, when the damn towers fell and they was digging up the rubble? They found old bodies, man, from slavery days. But they said, God bless America. Who said that? Esau said that. You're crazy, man. Trump is not making America great. He's bringing it to its demise, man. You know?
And let me bring out this definition for terrorism: the unlawful use of violence and intimidation. Fits Esau perfectly, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims.
Wow.
What they doing? Who wrote these numbers?
Political aims.
Yeah, because they got, what's it on that?
Yeah.
That reminds me of 2nd Ezra 16 and 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot.
And that's that. Yeah, if I could add, that's that burning wrath of the great multitude. As far as like right now, so Esau will make certain laws to where, all right, the video I did 3 years ago wasn't hate speech. Now it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You've been know what I was saying.
Yeah, I got something. This is Job chapter 20 and 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Because that's all it says, it's a moment, man. The Lord said these devils have a short rule. We're in the second leg of Rome, man. Okay? This is an actual short rule, man. The Most High cut their rulership in half, man. You know? And that's why this is also a light affliction for us. You know, just thinking about it. It says, verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reaches unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. And that's ultimately what happened to the Edomites. So you rule now with great power and pride, man. Power and pride. PP. Power and pride. PPE. Power and pride Edom. You know? And that's all you do is wickedness. PPEW. Power, pride, Edom, wickedness. You know? That's all you rule in those ways, man. The Most High is going to wipe you out to where nobody remembers you, man. Because wickedness don't get remembered. And that's another thing with Jake. Not to change the subject, but Jake, man. Jake, they love, one thing that dude, he did say something good, at the Breakfast Club, James Dash, he said something, you know, like around the lines of, how Jake praised, I forgot how he said it. He said, basically how Jake, praises, to hurt each other. Like if I hurt you, I get one up on you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's the training and the mentality of Esau, man. That's why 2/3 gonna have to be destroyed, because there's no saving them. They're finished. They gotta, you know, the Lord gotta, you know, destroy them and then bring them back better. You know, but the Lord said to himself, he said that he has kept a cluster of great, meaning there's certain men that the Lord made a portion of his people unto himself. You see?
Real quick, this dude Davies in a song, he said around here, youngest don't respect you if you ain't body nothing, man. So the only way to get respect is if you fucking kill another one of your own people. You know? So how fucked up is that? That's some serious programming like Esau did to our people, man. Because again, who's behind the music, man? Actually, it boils down to a damn Amalekite named Lyle Cohen, man. You know? He's the one that listen, you know, Esau listens to your album, right? See if they like it. And then they're the one that put it on the forefront, man. And sell it so that you can get paid, man.
Going back to Esau, this is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You know? The Edomites are going to be cut off forever, man. And what you've done to us in your history is a great shame on you. That's why when we mention, shameful spirit. That's why when we bring out your track record, you know, you want to take us off the corners, man. Because what? This actually condemns you, man. That's why you want to turn everything around and make it, and try to be a part of it, and try to stand with us and then point at somebody else, some kind of boogeyman or something like that, man. You know, when you're the culprit. You know?
That's all. Isaiah chapter 25 verse 7 says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Yeah, that covering cast that's covered over the face over all nations is what? The fact that they don't know their true nationality, man. For one, here it is, you got people out here calling themselves white and black, Spanish, Native American Indians, and things like that, and so on and so forth. That's a covering cast, man. And he does that, and he does all of that to hide who he is, you know?
And yeah, not only to hide who we are, but definitely to hide himself, because he's hated in the Bible.
That's right. That's right. I got Jeremiah 16:19. It says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lives, vanity, and things wherein there is no conflict. That's getting into, really that's getting into our people. Okay? But that also applies to you Edomites, man. You know, you so-called white people, you inherited lives, man. You know? And we gotta be the ones that tell you, but you know, it is what it is, man.
What's that? Edomite, we got Israeli News on YouTube, we got all these subscribers. He just admitted that the Northern Kingdom is Israelites. He just came out and said that too in one of his videos. So I'm like, so what the hell they still claiming? Come on, man, just give it up, man. Yeah. But they still claiming to be us. But you just admitted that the Northern Kingdom is in North America. You know how many books, you know what I mean, to prove that we were scattered and we actually came over here during the time of the Assyrian Empire when Sargon II took us. You know, Salmanaser, the ruler Sargon II took us. All right? Then we just decided to go on our own.
Yeah, I gotta.
Says the second up.
I gotta watch that video because if he admitted that, then if you admit that the Northern Kingdom are so-called Native American, Taino, Indian, so on and so forth, then how are you the true Jews then? How are you the Jews when it says that Israel, all right, was going to discontinue from their heritage?
So he cut himself.
So here it is. The Northern Kingdom doesn't know who they are, but you do know who you are.
They shall see the land no more. Yep.
If that's the case, then you know the Northern Kingdom got some work to do to bring in the Southern Kingdom got a lot of work to do to bring in the Northern Kingdom. Then,
That's true. And the scriptures say no lies of the truth.
Yeah.
So you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other. Why don't you take those billions of dollars that you're getting from the United States of America for reparations, all right, and give it to the Northern Kingdom then. Share some of that money. That's a damn, that's crazy.
Hell no.
You see, Esau will tell you a little bit of the truth just to continue his lie, man. But he's getting backed into a corner, man.
Falling on his own ship.
Moonwalk.
You gonna, like the brother always says, you can only sweep so much of shit under the rug, man. Next thing you know, you got this big freaking mound with a damn rug over it, man. It's like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Elephant in the room. Like Allah always say, that's the elephant in the room.
That's the elephant in the room. You sitting here, you walking around, going about your daily business, and there's a big giant motherfucking elephant right over here in the room, and nobody wants to say anything, man. But we're pointing it out.
I got a precept. Going into how this Esau is there only basically for a moment. Psalms 144:4. Man is like to vanity; his days are as a shadow that passeth away. This devil that said his rulership is up.
I got a precept. This is Proverbs 11:5. The righteous of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver him, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. You know? And that goes into Daniel chapter 4, verse Daniel chapter 4, verse 30. The king spake with this Nebuchadnezzar and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee. Right. You know, because as Esau does his wickedness, the quicker the Most High comes. You know?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious. But our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So here it is, these devils have no hope. They're completely carnal. They don't believe in reincarnation. You know, they ain't got no inkling of the scriptures or the spirit of Yahawashi. Hey, here it is. They searched the scriptures. Esau made a diligent search. He discovered the Noah's Ark in Mount Ararat out there in Turkey. Digged up all kinds of relics over there in the land of Israel, in the state of Israel to this very day. But yet he doesn't understand the spirit of prophecy, man. He don't understand that the scriptures, Babylon the Great, is prophesying the downfall of his own kingdom, man. He doesn't understand how the native the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans came back into their heritage, man. They don't got the spirit of it, man.
Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
Do a lot of demotions.
Straight to the point, you know. It's the Most High that sets up kingdom. That's all in the power of his hand. So if the Most High say you're going down, Esau, it's your time to go down.
Yeah, and the Most High did say, he said it through prophecy in 2nd Ezra 6th chapter. He said Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. What does that mean? That means the Moabites, the so-called Chinese man, Ishmaelites, you Arabs, so on and so forth. You're not ruling next. After this kingdom goes down, it's going to be Jacob that's going to be lifted up by Yahawashi and Yahawashi.
I got a quick one. This is Daniel chapter 12 and 10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
That's it. None of the wicked is going to understand. You know, they don't understand how the following the ways of the Lord, statutes, commandments are profitable for life. You know, in an everlasting kingdom. How do you think the kingdom of heaven is going to be ruled and established forever and ever and ever and ever and ever? It's because what we're going to be following the law, statutes, and commandments to a T. We're going to have it in our inward parts, and that's going to make the everything flourish, man. But what does this devil do? That's why we call him Satan, from the Hebrew word shaitan. Satan, meaning adversary. Completely adverse to what the scriptures say, man. Because he's wicked, and that's why none of the wicked is going to understand it, man.
This is also why the wicked can't understand, man. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 2. Well, I started verse 1, a couple verses. It says, love righteousness. First and foremost, we gotta love righteousness, man. Esau don't love righteousness. So that's automatic strike off the rip.
Strike one.
Also, that proves that Cornelius was an Israelite. He was a devout man.
That's right.
Yeah, love righteousness.
He was godly. He loved righteousness.
And it said he prayed always, and it said he, continually gave his tithe, man.
That proves Job is an Israelite. You got a lot of hey, you got the what do you call it? What do you call it? Is it Septuagint? Yeah, you got the Septuagint, the comments on the end of the book of Job, implying that he's an Edomite, man. But the Edomites are the border of wickedness, and you got scripture there?
It says Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 1. It says love righteousness.
Yeah, love righteousness. If you're the border of wickedness, how are you going to love righteousness?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. What did the scripture say about Job? He was a man that eschewed evil.
That's right. That's right. It says, love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart. And in simplicity of heart, seek him. You don't seek the Lord, man. Yeah. He seeks fucking Satan. Literally does rituals, man. That show you in American Horror Story, man. Right? They call upon these different demons and stuff, man. Right? So you getting struck all over the place. Yeah, you getting the strike. You know? So much you getting the strike. Verse 2, right? It says, for he will be found of them that tempt him not. Esau said, let us see if their words be true. Let us come, and see if the Most High really with them. All right? And that's just how he moved. That's just how Satan moved with Yahawashi. Because Satan told Yahawashi, right? He said, look at one of these stones, man. No. And then he said, why don't you jump off this cliff? Isn't it written that not your foot shouldn't dash against the stone? And what Yahawashi said? He said, thou shalt not tempt the Lord. See? So Esau is coming in the same stead, doing these different things, man, all right, to tempt the Lord to see if he be real, man. So, no, you ain't gonna be able to understand, man.
If you Edomites were thinking of the Lord in your thoughts, you wouldn't have witchcraft out here. It wouldn't be promoted and by law to be homosexual. You wouldn't be serving us human feces, human DNA and human feces and all the GMO food. It wouldn't be none of that, man. And you will reverence who the Lord's chosen people are. And you will treat them well, man. You will be honored to treat them well, man. That's how it was in certain captivities we were in before. You know? Matter of fact, who was it? Search? That's why I can go ahead. Who's that as well?
All right. This is
Cyrus.
Yeah.
This is Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
And you know, and that's a great scripture for Trump, because what's Trump trying to do? Make America great again. He's trying to rebuild the desolate places.
Right.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build and I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
That's what we call you. The border of wickedness. So that's prophets.
Hey, so what does that scripture mean? That means that every time the wicked are mentioned in the scriptures, we're talking about the Edomites, right? So this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts, right?
Obstinate.
So strike three. Strike three.
Strike 4, strike 5, strike
strike
6,
a million.
strike 7, strike billion.
And you cannot get another chance.
Continuing on, right? It says, and showeth himself unto such as do not distrust him. It says, for forward thoughts separate from the Most High, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. Here's the point. It says, verse 4, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. Damn. And he's the border of wickedness, right? And what's wickedness pretty much is, transgression of the law, sin. Okay? So here it is, he's subject unto that. So therefore, wisdom can never dwell with him, man. That's why he thinks he can sit in the seat of the Most High. That's why he thinks he can destroy the Most High. You know? That's why he thinks he can be our power. That's why he thinks he's going to rule forever. Okay? Because he has no damn wisdom, because he loves to do wickedness, man.
What strike was we going to do?
7, 8, 9, 10.
I got another one. Because you mentioned the wicked.
Yeah.
Psalm 58:1, 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
They can't tell the truth.
Man, Esau can get more than 40 strikes too.
That's another strike. Strike me up.
As soon as they be born. So that means even that fucking Google Gaga shit is a lie. A little fucking eat my line.
He's going to turn into a big lion.
Hey, when you go back to Cain, you know, Cain wasn't up in age, you know. All right. First of all, he lied to the Lord. Then he got smart with the Lord, you know. That was the first murderer in the dead life. Really, it goes back to the serpent. And he was fucking Mr. I, man. And he was greedy. You always gotta mention that. He didn't even want to give a sufficient sacrifice to the Lord, man. You know, he wanted to keep what he had, man. All right. Who's that reminder of that's Esau, man. You know, because the great guy that's going to Yahawashi, but that applies to Esau as well, man. Even if he's in a position of giving an order, he still tries to cut corners, man. You know, that's how he is, man. He tries to cut corners, man. He can't handle adversity. He can't handle instruction. That he's just built that way. That's it.
Hey, real quick, back on Job, right? Try to say Job and Edomite. Yeah. This is to the point. This is Job chapter 9, verse 29. If I be wicked, when I labor, I in vain. It says, let me read it again. If I be wicked, when then labored, I in vain. So therefore, if Job was wicked, okay, then his labor would have been in vain.
It was the work.
Sorry,
that's an Israelite, because he brought that sacrifice to prove he an Israelite.
And the Lord gave him double at the end, going to show you that he wasn't wicked. He was going to show you that he wasn't an Edomite.
And he kept his integrity, which is something that Esau would never do.
Yeah.
You know, trust in the Lord.
And Job is a representation of the electors. We should keep our integrity to the end as well.
And
Go
like,
to the end.
Like the brother brought out Daniel that it said that none of the wicked shall obviously Job had understanding.
Right.
Yep.
I gotta read it. Job chapter 1 verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil.
How does that fit the border of wickedness? You know what I'm saying?
We should probably look up that word escheweth. You
Yeah.
know? Because, you know, you completely abhor it and hate it, man. You know? Brother, get it. You got a scripture?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Proverbs 15 and 8. It says, the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. Job prayed to the Lord, you know, and the Most High answered. It says, the way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness. And we know that these Edomites don't follow after righteousness, man. Because if you did, this world would be based around the moral laws.
This is the word for assurance. Job 1:3, age 54:93. Greek word so to depart from, to turn aside, to avoid, to be removed from. Right?
So Job removed
To
himself.
or reject, or abolish.
And he avoided that bullshit.
This is Sirach chapter 35, verse 17. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds. Until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart. Till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. You know, and we're not
Yeah,
supposed to
but I
hold
told
our
him
peace.
he said he's gonna wait for you.
You know?
I told him that he was
Hey, that's a badass scripture right there, man.
And it just proves too that the elect, they're not holding their peace, man. The humble. You know? Scripture say the meek shall inherit the earth. Meek means humble, man. Can you read that again?
Right? It says, this is Sirach chapter 35, verse 17. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds.
Hey, didn't the scripture say they cry for all the abominations that were done in the midst thereof? And we're crying for all this wickedness, man, to get it away from us, man, to live in a better world. What we want is a better world, man. We want the world that the Lord promised us through the scriptures. That's what we want. You know, I'm going to say the hopeful elect, which I hope to be a part of, and all us brothers, man. The hopeful elect pray for a better world, man. Better living, man. You know?
Right? Again, right? Sirach 35 and 17.
You on your
The
way there?
prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds to it come nigh. He will not be comforted and will not depart. To the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment.
So obviously, the men of the Lord are not going to stop teaching. They're not going to stop teaching because we're not confident, man. You know, also, it reminds me of the precept Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, man. So why would we stop all of a sudden, after all of these years, since the 70s, you know, our elders, our elders, I should say, you know, starting with Ivan Bivens, this word been taught, man. So why would we stop now when we're not comfortable? Until the Lord comfort us and fulfill our prayer, then it'll be an end, man.
Because you mentioned that we want to live in a better world. That also brother mentioned that if Esau really feared the Most High, then you would keep all of his laws and his statutes and commandments, man. You know, now the Most High brings these laws for a reason, man. You're not just saying it for nothing. And as you were saying that a fire truck passed, that just reminded me of the law of not building more than 3 stories high, man. Because now what's the consequences of that, man? You in the goddamn, you look at the Twin Towers, shit like 40 feet. Now a fire break out, what happened, man? That's your ass. This way, at least if it's 3 stories, you could make a way out, man.
Yeah.
But see, the Lord didn't implicate these laws for no reason, man. All right, it's a benefit, you know, to every single law that Yahawashi has placed, man. And we're seeing all of the things that happen when you don't follow the laws, man. Right? Reading on, right? Sirach 35 and 18. The Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in asunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repay a vengeance to the heathen. Till he have taken away the multitude of the proud and broken the scepter of the righteous. You know, and this is the whole purpose of why we are here, man. You know, okay? Because now we're in subjection right now. We're under the hands of Eve, you know, and the Lord, and we're praying to the Lord, but the Lord is going to make do unto what he said. You read the verse one more time, right? It says, for the Lord will not be slack, because you know, we got a lot of people out here that think the Lord is slack concerning his promise, right? Neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in asunder the loins of the unmerciful, right? You 2/3 and you heathens, and repayeth vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. You know, and it says that the Lord's gonna everybody's gonna be bowed down, man. According to Jeremiah, Isaiah, man. You know.
This Psalm 61 verse 1. Hear my cry, O Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, attend unto my prayers. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my mind is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. All right? So that's what we're doing. We're crying unto the ends of the earth, all right, for the Lord to deliver us. You know, that's where the prophet God was to constantly cry out. Right? Right?
Hey, so with that, you know, we want to give all praises to Yahawah,
BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
We want to give double honors to our apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Salutations to all the Lord's hopeful elect. Stay tuned. Lord willing, we make it up to the apostles this time, and be back on. So, brothers out there, shalom.
Shalom.